Hello, hello, just waiting for all the live to come up and get started. Where did I put my phone? I've forgotten to bring my phone across. Oh. Hello, it's Melinda from Scrapbooking and Craft. How are you all going tonight? While you're just coming in, I just got to flip to another browser and just make sure it's working. I usually do that on my phone. Someone forgot to bring their phone across today. So if you are joining us tonight, just for a bit of an art journal play, I'm running a few minutes late. I've been running around trying to find an art journal to work in, because I have several, and I thought, oh, that would be perfect to work in. And then I realised it's 2.5 hours drive away. It's hiding up at Hillbilly Scrapping at the moment for the virtual retreat. I left all my samples up there so I didn't have to bring them back in 2 weeks. And I've forgotten that it was up there. So I spent time looking for a journal that is not even in my house. Okay, it does look like we're live on that page. Haven't had a chance to watch your earlier live yet. I was too busy playing with stingrays. Tabitha. Yes, I saw your stingray post. Let's get rid of this keyboard somewhere. Got this lovely box next to me, and hopefully I don't throw anything on top of the keyboard and it does something to it. I didn't think you were near the beach, Tabitha. Where have you got stingrays near you? Or is Nara near the beach and I'm just imagining it's not, because I'm a bit geographically challenged lately. Okay, I've got to move up a bit, or I'm going to move this camera down. Let's move this camera down a bit, because that will be easier. I like that I can move my camera in my lives. It makes it a whole lot of fun. Hey Jeannie, how you going? I haven't got around to sending invoices for our live sale last night yet. Today was a bit busy. I decided I'm going to do another live sale tomorrow night with some different bits and pieces, and then I'll send them all on Sunday. And then I can post on Monday. Sounds good in my head. So tonight I thought we'd play with... Oh, that light will go away in a minute. Thought I'd come on and do an art journal page and play with some of my new stencils. And I decided to grab my Distress Oxide sprays out. Now I haven't used these a lot, so I thought, why not get these out? So I grabbed 3 colours that hopefully go together. I don't have many of them. I need to build up my collection. And I've grabbed a couple of coordinating colours. Maybe. No, I grabbed the wrong one. Oh well, it's a blue. In the pads as well, if I want to do, in the ink pads, if I want to do something. Give you time to do your order, Tabitha. That's right. I think I'll be at the post office every day next week, because I usually get a bunch done. I've got a bunch sitting there. Usually I get some done and then I send them off and then come home and do a few more. So I don't really know what I'm doing tonight. I know I want to play with this stencil. This is our Crouching Girl mask and stencil set. Where'd the little... Have I lost it already? No. So when you buy this one, you get both the mask and the stencil. So I thought that'd be fun to play with. This one's having a bad day, this lady. It's like me lately. And then we've got one of our, well, that one's a bit older, one of our new bubble stencils. And I don't know whether the cloud stencil's on the website yet. I will have to go and have a look. But I thought it might be good with, if we're making a scene, to put clouds in. I don't know. I just grabbed a bunch. I've got a bunch of stuff around me as well, so if I change my mind, I can grab something else. I've got a bit of an idea in my head. Let's see if it works. I have the cottage craft tomorrow and the market's on Sunday. Oh, you are busy, Tabitha. Yes, I'm busy as well. Tabitha makes beautiful cards and sells them at the craft cottage in her hometown. So I'm working in my Montmark sketchbook because I really wanted to work in my other journal, but it's at Jen Hillbilly Scrapping's house. And it's too far to dash up there and get it. It's a 2.5 hour train ride to get it. And 2.5 hours back. So this is actually a sketching journal. So what I do with this one is I glue 2 pages together because the pages are quite thin. But I like the orientation of the page. So it's sort of lying on its side. Last year and this year I'm all about trying different orientations of books and things. So I don't know whether I'm liking this sort of orientation. It gets a bit to get used to. Just folding that down. Do I need... I know I've got something there to protect the next page. So I think I'm going to only work on half, but I may come over on the other half. But it all won't fit, so maybe I won't. We'll see how we go. I usually very rarely do single pages because I like things in my journals to match. Because I'm a bit like that. Maybe I can zoom the camera out a bit when we get to that. Cross that bridge when we come to it. I don't know whether it's going to be a single or double page. So I did flip to a gessoed page. This particular paper in this book is like cream coloured. It's not white. So this page is pre-gessoed, and it's just a light coat of gesso, and I think that's going to work better with the distress stains. Haven't tried them a lot on a gessoed surface, so I might be flipping back to this page. Don't know. Let's start doing some stuff and see what happens. So I might have to open, oh, I've got to open some of these up. I haven't even used these. I've got a lot of stuff I've bought lately and haven't used, so I'm trying to, and if I packed all my scissors away, I have to, hang on. I have a tower of drawers beside me that have got all my common stuff I use, and I'm trying to put it back there so I can find it again. Now, just stab it without stabbing my finger. So this one is dried marigold. I sort of didn't think real well when I ordered these ones, and just sort of went, oh yeah, that colour would sort of go with that colour. So I had some weird colours, so hopefully these three go together. So dried marigold is like an orange. I'm hoping it's like a yellowy orange. I'm hoping it plays nice with the blue. I've got speckled egg, which is really cool, and I've got blueprint sketch. So I'm hoping the yellow doesn't, or the yellowy orange doesn't annoy the distress oxide too much. So even though they are sprays, I'm not really wanting to spray them tonight because it'll mess it. Oh, now it is near the beach. I knew it was on the Central Coast somewhere. Ah, okay. I think I know where it is now. When I looked on a map, it was more inland, but maybe that was just my remembering of it. Okay. So I've got some paintbrushes and a pot of water beside me. So even though these are sprays, I don't really like, good old Vegemite jar. I don't like the look of sprays sometimes, like the specklediness. But using the liquidness of it, oh god, it's going to be a good night. I should be able to move it around with, what colour am I going to start with? I'm going to start with the marigold. So I should be able to move it around with the paintbrush instead of sitting here for quite a while trying to do my Distress Oxide pad through the background. So I'm just giving them a bit of a shake because these have sat there and not been used. So I'm sort of going to put this, oh, that is a interesting colour. See, I don't like how it looks speckled. So I'm going to take a wet paintbrush and, okay, I don't think I like it on the gesso. We might go try it on the other page. It's sort of resisting, which is interesting. I didn't think it would do that. I'll just spread this out. I might dry it and go try it on the other page that's non-gessoed. We might change our mind. Let me grab my heat tool. Art journaling's all about, oh, it's buried under cords. You should see the amount of cords I've got next to my computer is ridiculous. Just dry this off so I can turn my page without making a complete mess. Maybe I do have to go to my pads and do my background with them. I'm trying to be lazy tonight. That's dry enough. Let me have a bit of a go on the ungessoed paper and see which one I like. It's drying up quite nice. It'll probably come together. I've just used paints for all my background so far. This might just soak into the paper too much before I can move it around. Yeah, see, I don't like the circles. Maybe I spray it on something and then pick it up with the paintbrush. What have I got I can spray it on? A bit of baking paper. Let's spray it on and pick it up like paint. I might like that better. Don't you love it when you have an idea in your head and then you go to do it? Ah, that's better. Okay. We'll do this. We'll spray it on the side and use it like a paint. because I don't like how it sprays in circles. This page has actually got gesso on the back of it, so it will stop it from soaking through. So let's do some speckled egg. Can't wait for that new colour. Tabitha, have you seen the new colour that was just released last week, or was it the week before? What's it called again? Something patina? Selvage patina. That colour looks really, really nice. Might have to get that one. Trying to be good and not buy any more colours. Oh, that's nice. So I just want to sort of lay blocks of colour down like I do with my paints. And I don't mind if they overlap a bit. And then we're going to build up. We're going to do some stenciling on it and build up. Speaking of stencils, I probably want my windows to be that colour. So I'm going to do some more colour around here. So your art journal is a great place to experiment as well and see what different paints do and what different mediums do. I probably do a lot of things with different mediums that you probably shouldn't do with them. This is not the best paper either, but it seems to be working. It'll all come together. Or I will just stick the two pages together and call it a hopeless mess. I just thought this would be a bit quicker than doing it with ink pads. Just not going to dry it off completely, just enough so the colours don't mix. And this one's Blueprint Sketch. I'm going to be a bit light-handed with this one because it is a darker colour. I'll probably have my brush a little bit more wet for this, and I just want to fill in the gaps. Just want to be careful where the blue and the orange meet. I don't want to make mud. That'd be not good look, would it? And I could have done this with my ink pads and my blending tool, but I'm way too lazy to do that. It takes too long. Next time I'll probably seal the paper a bit first. With, obviously it doesn't like the white gesso, maybe some clear gesso next time. Okay. Just want to give this a bit of a dry, and then I'm going to come in with some stenciling over the top of it. Just want to give it a bit of a dry from the back as well. Fairly dry. Now, what stencil do I want to bring in? I want to do this. This is one of our cathedral windows I released in February. And then I really like combining that with this brick one to sort of simulate a building. Or do we want this more down here? Oh, I think I like it up here. So that one I'm probably going to do with blue because that's the colour I grabbed. You're not your theory how, but I can't talk tonight. It's been a long day. I'm not sure how I feel about speckled egg yet. Yeah, It's an interesting colour. Usually I don't like light colours. Like, I'm not really a pastel-y person. So I'm still on the fence about it. I had to have it when I got it because you just have to have certain colours. The patina, the Selvage patina, is a bit darker and a bit sort of more my colourings. So I'm just going to put this over. I haven't used my oxide pads for a while, so hopefully there's enough ink in them. And I don't have to go find the re-inkers. They sort of got a bit lost. I'm trying to be good and put them all in the same box. And then I'll put them all in the same box and they sort of got put away. Yeah, this paper's not the best. Oh well. It'll still work. Note to self, don't use oxides on this paper. It's sort of peeling a bit. Getting little, like on an old jumper, you get little fluffy balls coming off. Okay. Now, I want to go in with a bit of this stencil with the same colour. Oh, you want Kitsch Flamingo and Selvaged, oh god, I can't talk. Selvage Patina. I was actually using Kitsch Flamingo embossing glaze today in the live that I did at 12 o'clock. So I want some of this to fade in, so it looks like a, well, that's very faded. Maybe not that faded. Oh god, now I've got it lined up again. Uh-oh. Ah, there we go. Sorry if my head come into view. I was going to say, I want this sort of fading away as it goes away from the building, but it was a bit light. Ah, that's a bit better. I've grabbed speckled egg embossing glaze and I might do something with that in a minute. I don't know. I might be just making a mess in a minute. What's better than to make mess with among friends, hey? You might learn tonight what not to do. Actually, I like how it's fading into the background. I have got some pens. I will do some pen work over the top to bring it out, maybe. My idea behind this page was sort of, this girl is having a bad day, hence why I picked sort of the blue colours, and now I've lost my girl stencil. That's sort of the reasoning behind this page, and then I was going to do some journaling in it, more like a sort of a get it out of my head, put it on paper page, but I think we do need some more stenciling. I'm going to have her down here, so I probably want to add some more stenciling in here in the background. What colour? What do I want to do? Do I want to do the clouds, or would that just be a bit obvious? Or do I want to do dots? Oh, I'm indecisive today. Let's do some dots. What I want to do is I want to spray, where's that bit of paper I had? I want to spray some of this and see if I can stencil with it, because I don't actually have that colour in a pad. I don't have the, whatever this one was, dried marigold. I don't even know why I bought orange. I don't usually like orange. Hopefully this will be a bit darker over here, or it might be just a mess, so I can get some tone on tone, so some subtleness, maybe. Okay, don't go round and round in circles because the paper peels up. Oh, yes. Okay. So that does work. So you can use the distress. Oh my god, this is going to be a fun live. I can't even talk. Been talking all day. You can use it with the blending foams to get it through your stencil. Is that dark enough? Oh, it needs to be a bit more. I just don't want to go round and round because I don't want my paper to peel up anymore. I think I need to spray some more. Yes, I think I could get some use out of the Kitsch Flamingo. I was given the entire range of Rustic Wilderness. I just haven't done anything with it. Maybe I'll have to wait till Christmas because it's a very red. And I don't do a lot of steampunky, reddy, male stuff. I more do... Well, that's nice and subtle. Okay, let's do some blue over that. Let's do some... We'll see if speckled egg will go over this darker blue to tone it down a bit. So if I keep squirting these in the same spot on my palette, I can keep using it. We'll use this one. And we want to do some up and over here. Okay, I need 10 hands to hold a stencil and a bit of paper. If I was organised, I would have grabbed a palette to spray into, but organised and me don't go in the same sentence lately. Oh, I'm liking that. Except that's where I'm going to put my person. Now she's going to have spots on her. Didn't think of that, did I? Put some spots up here. Awesome. And spots down here, why not? Need a bit more ink. I don't know, the speckled egg might grow on me. I definitely like the embossing glazes. Have you tried one of those yet, Tabitha? I'm interested in my opinion of Rustic Wilderness. Rustic Wilderness. Is that the red or the green? No, Rustic Wilderness is the green, isn't it? I'm on the fence about. Or is it, or have I got it confused? I got given the red one that was just put out. Is that Rustic Wilderness? I don't have it in front of me. Oh no, that's Crackling Campfire I got. Oh, duh. Okay, Rustic Wilderness is a green. See, I think the green and the red would be good for Christmas, but I don't know. I like a lot of bright colours, and I don't know. I haven't used it yet, Tabitha. I certainly might end up getting the embossing glaze because I really, really like that, and I think we're going to use some of that on here because that would look really cool. But I just don't know about the oxide ink pads and all the other bits. I'm just going to give that a bit of a dry off. You don't have any glazes, Tabitha. I don't even have all the oxides. Oxides I want yet. Crackling Campfire. That's Crackling Campfire, yes. Hi Lynn, how you going? I'm just playing around in my art journal, using some of my new stencils and making a mess, really. So I'm thinking I want some stenciling up here, but I don't know what colour. I want to tone it down. I wonder if I put fossilized amber on, what would have happened. This blue bit's bugging me. Mainly this bit I don't mind, but this bit's bugging me. So let's stick some fossilized amber on top of the blue. I'm just going to move my book over a bit. And it's so quiet here. I'm home alone tonight. It's terrible, isn't it? Alexis is not with me to come out and bug me. And the bunnies are locked up. Haha. I'll give them a run later. I thought I can't have them out while I'm filming because I'd have to get up every 2 seconds and tell the bunny rabbits off. Because they like to chew on things they're not allowed to have. Yeah, I don't know whether I like that, but let's put some more on anyway. I don't mind that. And we'll put it down here. I went looking for matching colours in my sprays to my ink pads, and this was the closest one. I actually do like this one, and I use that one a lot, fossilized amber. Must admit, I'm not a fan of the really, really dark colours. I like the more bright colours. So when Rustic Wilderness and Crackling Campfire come out, they didn't really do much for me. But I suppose if you use those colours all the time and you do a lot of mail stuff, that'd probably come in handy. What I'm thinking is I want to put distress glaze on my windows to make them shiny. How I can do that, I am thinking. Just want to make sure this is completely dry before oh, don't look at the mess I started with before. I found out oxides don't really like gesso. Maybe I'll put some white clouds up here, that might fix this bit. So I'm really wanting to use the Distress Glaze and put it over the windows because the Distress Glaze dries shiny, so it will look like glass. So I'm just wondering how I put stuff there so this sticks there. I could use a bit of, oh, this will work. Now, do I have a scrapery thing? Do I have a, I need my silicone scraper. Hang on a second. I thought I grabbed everything. It's nice being an office chair. I can just roll across to the other side of the alcove I've got now. So embossing glaze, you use exactly the same as embossing powder. This just puts like a light glaze on top. So if I was to use an embossing powder, I'd cover up all this colour. Now, I'm wanting to get it just on the window pane, so this will be interesting. So you can use embossing glaze with, you basically need something to stick it. Stick the grains of powder when you heat it up. So you can use like a Versamark ink pad, or I used water earlier today, that was cool. Here I'm using Ranger Multi Matte Medium. So I'm going to try to just get it in the windows and not anywhere else. This might end in disaster. And I don't mind if it's not complete, because then it will just look like the window's broken. The thing I like about the glazes is when you put them on different colours, you get different looks. Now I'm going to have to wipe that quite quickly, because I don't want that to dry on my stencil. Yeah, it's looking like where I wanted it. Hang on, I've got to get that gel medium off my stencil, otherwise it dries like a rock. Now, while that is still wet, I'm going to, I've so got to clean up. After 2 days of demos, I've got stuff everywhere, and I'm not putting it back where it's supposed to go. I'm being naughty. So I've got stuff everywhere I need to clean up. Now I want a piece of paper. I had a piece of paper before to tip stuff on. Where did that end up? Piece of paper. So now while that is wet, I'm going to take my fossil, what am I taking? My speckled egg embossing glaze, tipping it on like embossing powder. And then we're going to get it back in the jar somehow. Hang on. Let's see if I can get this. Not everywhere. That would be a good look. Dry paintbrush. Yes, I've got granules there. Okay, hang on. Let me get this back in the jar before I have a disaster and spill it everywhere. Hang on, I'll read that in a minute, Tabitha. So for anyone that hasn't used the Tim Holtz Distress Glazes before, they are so much fun. They basically put a glaze of colour over your work, not a opaque colour like normal embossing powder. Oh, as opposed to abnormal embossing powder. So I'm just going to heat it up the same way. This is a low heat tool, so it takes a little bit longer to heat up. I'm going to heat it up from the bottom, and then you might see if I can do something fancy and zoom you in a bit. Hang on. We'll see. Hopefully we don't go out of focus. Quickly focus it, and then I'll zoom you back out after I'm done. So you want to get one pot quite hot. Come on. Probably because I've got thick gel medium underneath it, it probably needs to dry that as well. Oh, it's starting to go. You can see the bottom bit's going, well, if I get the heat tool out of the way, the bottom bit's going shiny. Can't see what I'm doing. Oh, missed a big bit on the right side, but that's alright. So you sort of want to heat one area and then move on to the next area. You don't want to just continually wave your heat tool around. I know it's really hard to see, I've got this big heat tool in the way. Hang on, bear with me a minute. So now I'll bring it up and we should have, oh look, shiny window panes. I can get the window to catch. Oh, there we go. So it doesn't look that bad. Obviously, if you do it with an ink pad, you'll get such a, let me zoom this back out. You'll get a, and refocus. It'll just jump for a second and then I'll turn autofocus off. Okay. So it looks like window panes. Obviously, it's hot like embossing powder, so don't touch it straight away because you'll burn your finger. We zoomed a bit out too much. Hang on. Oh. Sorry, not trying to make you dizzy. So that looks really cool. So let's do some, maybe we do some spots. Okay, let's do that. Where's that spot stencil gone? Right here. Oh, we do some clouds. Oh, let's do some clouds in the sky. Because I want to show you how it works, and I'm deliberately going to do clouds on the 2 different colours, and I want to see if it'll do what it did the other day. Because when I used the speckled egg embossing glaze on, let me think, on blue paper, or blue ink, it come up blue, but when I put it on yellow ink, it actually come up green. So the glaze actually sort of reacts with what colour you've got underneath, because it's a glaze. So I'm deliberately going to do this half cloud. So we're going to have some clouds, shiny clouds, because we can. Want a shiny cloud there, and we probably want one here. The embossing glazes are great if you play with the Tim Holtz Dead People. You can give them all different colour clothing. That's really cool. Hang on. Clean that stencil. Oh, bollocks. Just got to clean that stencil up really quick. And I've got nowhere to clean anything. Oh, I'll just do it over here. Now I want to sprinkle the powder on. If you're doing it over an inked background, you're just going to make sure this powder is really, really dry. Where's that bit of paper I had? So the place I did the half cloud should turn 2 different colours, which will look kind of funky. Ah! That looks good. Let me get this back in the jar before I spill it everywhere. That'll just cap my day off. It's spilling stuff everywhere. And like embossing powder, you don't use much of it at all. Let me heat this one up. Takes a bit longer because the gel medium has to set as well. I think that's all melted. So I don't know whether you will be able to see. Oh, you can see the difference in the darkness here. So it's sort of over the orange, it's got a bit more of an orange tone over the blue. It's like a darker blue, and even here on the two-tone blue, you can see through the glaze. It's all nice and dry. I might outline my clouds later, make them stand out. Now I'm going to put my girl on. What colour am I going to do my girl? want to do some journaling in her. So, what colour do I want? Do I want her to stand out and be subtle, or do I want to stand out a lot? Actually, I probably want to go dark, quite dark, so I'll use the Mermaid, what's this one? Mermaid Lagoon. So if I outline those clouds and outline those window panes with black, that will make them pop out as well. Let's put our girl in blue. And hopefully I can cover up the dots. Oh, I forgot I can't go round and round much. Note to self, don't use this paper again with Oxides. Some papers are better than others for certain things. We're real technical tonight. Things are things. Oh, there we go. I like that. Brush all those balls off that were coming up off the paper. So now I just want to give that a quick dry. She looks like she's floating, so I want to ground her somehow. How can I ground her? Ooh, what have I got up here? Oh, that's a bird. Oh, there's other stamps. That will work. Hang on. I had some dotty stamps earlier today. Where did they end up? I have no idea. No, I didn't put them in there. She's sort of oh, I can't talk today, seriously. She looks like she's sitting in the middle of nowhere. So I just want to be able to find anything at the moment would be handy. I had a Kaiser Craft stamp with dots on it before. And you watch, I'll make do with something else and I will find it straight after the live, which is always the way. No. One last look under this pile of stuff. No, that's stencils. How can I lose a Kaiser Craft stamp? It's not that it's not that small. No, I cut it out of there. Give us 2 seconds, then I will work on something else. I've got this one which is wording, which is like, it's going to bug me where I put that. Ah, no, found it. It had fallen down. I've got this one which is text. I do this all the time. I lose stuff on my desk. So I just want to sort of put some dots on the bottom so she doesn't look like she's floating. I don't like things that float. That's just me. Probably look like dots coming out of her butt, but that's right. I'll just put a grounding because we're building a scene. I might stick some of these in there. A few in the sky so they're not just down there. And we might put some of this scripty wording in, why not? Let's see if I can get the words up the right way this time. Earlier today I was putting them up the wrong way. Bit of tone on tone texture happening. I can't believe we're in May already, or we'll be May tomorrow. It's like, where did the first 4 months of the year go? It's gone very quickly. So we've got 2 days left of the Great International Craft Show. I always call it the wrong thing. So we've got Saturday and Sunday left. So I'm back live at 12 o'clock on both Saturday and Sunday. And then Saturday night I'm doing another live sales. Lots of bargains. I'll go searching for lots more bits and pieces. and do a live sale on Saturday night at 7 p.m. and then I will finish the show at 7 p.m. on Sunday night with a another project. Might not be an art journal page, we'll see. What I want to do now is outline the clouds. I want to get rid of this water in case I swish it somewhere. Where can I put that so I don't swish it? Oh, Tabitha's kid says hi. Hi, Tabitha's kid. If you're listening. You'll have to do another live Tabitha's kid on the YouTube channel so we can watch. We haven't done one for ages, Tabitha. So I'm just going to outline these clouds because at the moment they get a bit lost. And I apologise if my head gets in the way. Oh, come on, pen. Paint pens and I disagree half the time. Oh, there we go. It's coming. So I just want to outline around my clouds. Just to make them pop out. They're going to pop out a lot with the black, but that's okay. It'll give it some definition because at the moment they get lost. I might regret doing this in a minute, but it sounds like a good idea at the time. Art journaling's all about having fun and having a play. That's a bit of a wayward cloud. Don't know how I can fix that. That's right. So I'm going to outline these as well. So I could stick my stencil back on, but I tend to not like to do that because A, I can't line it up, and B, I don't like drawing against the stencil, so I usually just freehand it. And it doesn't matter if I'm not exact. I don't like that. I think we're going to have to get something. Don't turn my book upside down. My phone died and I'm not sure colours show up properly on the phone I'm currently using. That's alright, I do weird colours, Tabitha, so it's probably my weird colour choice. I don't know whether I'm liking the orange, the marigold. I think I'm going to have to get some more colours that will go with that, because I don't think the blue was a good choice, but then again. Sometimes I think colours will work together, and they don't. And I tend to break all the colour rules. You're supposed to only use like warm colours, so the blues are the warm colours, and the marigold is a cool colour. Have I got that round the wrong way? I've got that round the wrong way. The blues are the cool colours, because they're like water, and the marigold is a warm colour. So usually people say don't mix warm and cool colours, but I don't tend to listen. I just do what I feel like doing. I think that gel medium's a bit wet. So you want to make sure when you're doing pen work that whatever you're drawing over is 100% dry, because if you get gel medium or ink or paint in the tip of your pens, they don't like it and they protest and they stop working. I have got lots of Posca pens that I've got to try to make work again. I like doing this sort of line work, it calms my brain down. I apologise if my big head's getting in the way. The colours don't film properly, it has issues with purples. Yeah, definitely, I have issues with purple as well. Comes up blue. That's what I find, and lighting is another thing that's hard to get. I've just went and bought some big studio lights. Now I'm waiting on my big desk to arrive so I can set up studio lights from either side, because at the moment I've got sort of two lights from above, and then you get the one's like a flat globe and one's like just the normal ball globe, and you get like the light like this. The big studio lights I bought are supposed to diffuse the light, and they've got those big tinty things on them, and I don't know, they're expensive enough to be good. So hopefully when my big desk arrives, because I thought I'm not getting them out on this little desk I've got, when my big desk arrives, hopefully in the next month or so, I can set up properly and hopefully be better set up. Hopefully I sound better. I've invested in a clip-on microphone so I don't sound like I'm in a toilet now, which is hopefully handy. And I'm just making up where these lines go because I really can't see. But that's okay. It'll look good. I've been doing a lot of Zen tangling and a lot of drawing and line work lately. Calms my brain down. I don't know why she's got a bump on her back. I wonder if that was on the stencil. I don't know where I put the stencil now. Oh yeah, she does have a bit of a bump on her back. Oh. Interesting. This looks funny. That's okay. Maybe that's her jean belt. What I want to do is bring the mask back in and put in the detail in the middle of her. I think that will make her pop out a bit more. Just trying to be fairly careful on this paper because it's not the best, but now where did I put the middle bit? The mask. I had it. Ah, there's her feet. She was sitting in my pile of paints and stuff. So I'm just going to sit my mask back on here because I just want to draw that detail in that defines her arms and stuff. Otherwise she doesn't really look what she looks like. Not happy with that. What am I going to do? Maybe she needs something sitting on her head. I think she needs some friends. What I've got in front of me is some Art by Marlene die cuts that I haven't actually used that much. I bought these a couple of weeks ago. So let's see if I can find, maybe there's a cloud that I can stick over the top. So I got these from Hillbilly Scrapping. I used one of the sayings today. It was just perfect for the layout. I want to fix that cloud. Maybe I will... Oh, there are clouds. Oh! Because I really don't like this. Maybe she needs thinking the cloudy rainbow, but that's the wrong sort of... Maybe I'll come back to that one. I'm thinking this one, just to fix that cloud, because I don't know what else to put up there. Or maybe she needs a hat. No, she doesn't really need a hat, does she? Let me have a look. Maybe she needs a telephone box. Oh, that's the right colour, so let's go with the telephone box. I like these Art by Marlene die cuts because they are all perforated. And you don't have to fussy cut them. That is just the perfect colours, so let's go a telephone box. Why? No idea. And you get 2 of each sheet, which is really cool. What else can we add? Speaking of Art by Marlene, we've actually got a virtual retreat coming up in May with Hillbilly Scrapping that's hosting it, and we've actually got Marlene from Art by Marlene coming to teach us one of our classes. I'm so excited. I'm teaching 4 classes at the retreat, and we've got Art by Marlene teaching 1, I believe. We've got Tanya, I always pronounce her name wrong, Tanya Fuard or Forward. We've got Neve Bailey coming in to teach a class as well. We've got Lucy Campanou, which does beautiful watercolours. Tabitha, you'd absolutely love what Lucy does with her watercolours. And then we have a new lady, and I always forget her name, Elise someone or other. She does, she's done a fantastic art journal page and that. So we still have a few spots left in our virtual retreat. It is lots of fun. And being virtual, you sit at home and do it from the comfort of your lounge room or craft room. Maybe she needs a bird on her head. Still trying to find something to put there on the cloud. So I believe the virtual retreat is the... Let me look at a calendar. I know what one of the dates is. It's the 14th, 15th and 16th of May. So it's in like... Oh! It's in a fortnight's time. Wow. That's... Oh, maybe this rainbow. No, that's not really going to work. It's a nice chair. I'm trying to look for stuff in the blue tones. This is probably highly thrilling. Maybe she needs an ice cream. That's in the blue tones. I really wanted something to fix up that cloud that I stuffed up, but I don't know whether I'm going to find something. There's a moon. We put a moon on? Why not? I'll stick a moon over here because we can. Why? Because we can. I like the hot air balloons, but it will sit over her face. Or maybe I just get over that I don't like that bit and just leave it. I hate when I'm indecisive. Oh, maybe she needs a donut. That's sort of the same colourings. I love all these. Like, the fish is just gorgeous. These die cuts are just hilarious. She's actually, Art by Marlene's got new stuff coming out. I believe it'll be Monday our time. So I cannot wait to see what she's got coming out. So I think I'm going to have that little swirly thing. Whoops. Sorry, just scrolling. Can't do. Your daughter's most likely. Her partner thinks she will have the baby Wednesday. She said if she's going to have that early, I want it to be by Tuesday. So she's born on May 4th. Oh, is May 4th a significant date to her? No, Bubby has to come on Sunday, on Mother's Day. Wouldn't that be a lovely surprise? That's right, with the virtual retreat, Tabitha, everything is recorded. All the sessions are done live, apart from 2 classes of mine and pre-recorded videos. All the classes are recorded, so if you can't make it, or your kids pull you away or anything like that, or you've got sports Saturday morning, you can always re-watch them for up to 12 months. Still want something to go there. Have I looked through the other book? Where did I put the other book? I did look through the other book first, didn't I? So it's all recorded, which is lovely. So I can go back and look at the May retreat we did last year and look at all the classes, which is fantastic. And I still want something to fix that cloud. I don't know what I want to fix that cloud. I could do a speech bubble. That's the wrong colour. Don't you love things when they're the wrong colour? Put a hat on her. This will probably look really, really silly. It will. Let's not do that. Oh, look, there's bunny ears out of a hat. Okay, now I'm getting really distracted. I like the little bits that I picked out, and they go perfectly with the colours. I do have another set of these, but I don't think it would have anything. I don't know where it is off the top of my head, because I was using them in a class the other day. I still have a classes I bought 5 years ago from card classes online that I haven't done yet. Yeah, Tabitha, I bought a year-long thing last year, and it started in July. Have I done any of them? No. So I better not buy them again this year. Oh, it's just, I think if things don't have a time, and with the couple of virtuals we did last year, I bought some of the other creators' kits to do. Do you think I've had time to sit down and do them? No. Oh, this is really bugging me. What am I going to do? Let's go back to that original cloud and rainbow and see if that works. Otherwise I'll sit here and procrastinate all night. It must be fun watching me procrastinate. I love these birds. I've actually just went and bought this bird stamp. But that doesn't go with this layout. So you might see these a bit more coming. Maybe butterfly. Butterflies are all the wrong colour. No, I think it was in this book, the rainbow was. So one downside of die cuts is I find, unless I pick them first and build my colours around them, they're never the right colour. I've sort of got the right colour in it. Let's pop it out and see what it looks like. I can always put it back. I love Art by Marlene stuff. It's so bright and happy. I can't wait to see what she's got in store for her new stuff. I haven't got all her last range yet. She keeps on bringing out too much stuff. No, see. Oh, maybe if I cut the cloud off. Or maybe... Sorry guys, I'm being really procrastinating tonight, aren't I? This is how I usually craft. I can't make a decision. Oh, you've got Tim's creative chemistry too to go through. That's one good thing about video classes. They will sit there until you're ready. Maybe if I do this. I hate when I stuff things up and I really don't like it and I have to find something to put there. I like those little clouds, but I'm still not happy with that rainbow. I have to find a Ziploc bag to put those in now. I've got things loose. Okay, so I'm going to stick these die cuts down and trace around them. What am I going to stick them with? A bit of this glue. A bit of good old 450. And then it shouldn't leak out the sides. When I stick die cuts and stuff like this down, I like to outline them like I've done the clouds and that. And then something might spark my interest to fix this. Come on, glue. We have all night. It's nearly empty. I have to put it on my shopping list. Oh wow, have I been going for an hour? Wow, I've actually got a video to film tonight, so I should stop procrastinating and start sticking. Come on, glue. That is not helping, glue. So any downside of this glue is when it gets really, really low, it doesn't want to play nice. There we go. Maybe. Maybe I'll give up and get another glue in a minute. I don't want to squeeze it too hard because then I might squeeze the lid off and then I'll end in disaster. I've done that before. So this is more like a gel than a liquid glue, so I like it for lots of our mixed media stuff. We use this in all our classes. Oh, that'll be exciting if baby comes this week, Tabitha. That'll be fun. I'm sure your daughter's over it. I know I was over it the last 4 weeks. I was pregnant. But my darling baby's 14 this year. How did that happen? Can we send all teenagers away to the moon for a couple of years? No, Alexis is pretty good. Except for her bunnies. That just have to get into a lot of mischief. I found lots of die cuts, but I didn't find anything to fix up that cloud. I suppose I can get over it. I do like the moon though. Let's put those at the back of that tray. I wasn't intending on using those today. They were just sitting in the back of the tray of paint, so I pulled over. Oh. I just want to slightly go around these just to ground them. I find when I stick any sort of collagey bits down, I like to go around it, and it just a little bit of black around it, whether it's a paper doll or whether it's a die cut, it just tends to ground it and makes it look like it's stuck there. Looks like it's not just stuck there. Those ones are quite black on the edge, so maybe I don't do those ones. And that one I did. Now I might do some journaling, and then we might be just about done this layout. I could sit here and fiddle all night, but I'm going to be good because I have got work to do. I've got to film a video for tomorrow. Not like leaving it to the last minute, hey? So I want to bring a bit of white back into it, just a little bit, because so what I'm going to do is actually I might go around some of these circles. I just want to do some little circly mark making just to bring a bit more white into it in some of these dark areas. This white paint pen is being annoying as per usual. So usually I would wait a few hours before I go in with my paint pens because the ink's usually sometimes a little wet still. It doesn't like it. There we go, it's running a bit better now. I've had a good run with Posca paint pens lately, and now they're just deciding that I think it is the wet ink that they're deciding not to play well. Could be the paper too. Let's grab another one because that one's just been irritating. Let's just grab the whole drawer of pens. Whoops. And I will try the pin tool one. That's supposed to write over everything. Yes, I have a few pens, and half of them don't work. I've got to go through. You're hoping to film video tonight, best laid plans. Yes. Well, the one I've got to film tonight has to go up tomorrow. So best laid plans, I was supposed to film it last week, and oh, it's just... And then I spent most of Thursday, and I was going to film some of it today, and I spent most of it on the phone. God, my phone wouldn't stop ringing the last 2 days. It's like, I'm busy. Go away, peoples. I don't know, for some reason when I see people use Posca paint pens, they work a lot better for other people than they do me. Maybe it's just me. Just putting some dots around just to lighten it up a bit. Very different art journal page to what I usually do. I want to do some journaling in her. What pen am I going to do that with? Hopefully good old faithful. This one will work. I just want to do some scribbly journaling in her, and then we're nearly done. Oh, you don't know when your video is due. Oh, you mean that one? I have no idea, Tabitha. I think it's another 2 weeks. I'm going to send an email this weekend when I get like 5 minutes to myself to all you lovely ladies. I believe I've scheduled it for like the middle of May. Could be after the 16th, after I do my virtual, because I don't think it's between that, and I don't have my diary right in front of me. I'll get back to you, Tabitha, with that. Maybe I could tell you to film one for me tomorrow, because I don't really want to, but I'll have to. What am I going to do? I think it's definitely this paper that doesn't like any pens. Deliberately doing it scribby. Oh god, it's time to stop filming when I can't talk. Intentionally doing it scribbly so that it's a design element, but it's not meant to be read. I add it to the list. Yeah, I've got a long list of things I've got to do. I've got this event this weekend. In a fortnight, I've got a virtual event that's the one with Out by Marlene, so I've got to travel to Swan Hill to do that. And then a fortnight after that, I'm in Ichikamoama doing an actual in-person retreat, and I'm teaching 3 classes there. And then I think 3 or 4 weeks after that, I've got an actual show. Or it could be 2 weeks after that. I don't know. I lost the plot after that. So I've got a busy few weeks. My poor YouTube channel has been neglected. Why is my arm buzzing? Who is sending me... Ah. I was wondering who was sending me a text message. It's Alexis. It's hard to talk and write. I want to just fill in a little bit more. And then I think this is just about done, this art journal page. There we go. Okay, so sometimes I do a lot of scribble journaling on my pages, sometimes I don't. I'm going to sneeze in a minute. Now, last thing is, do I want to do a border around this, or do I want to leave it? That is the question. I still don't like this, but I think I'm going to get over it. Because if I keep wanting to fix that, maybe that cloud is just going to dump rain on her. Oh, now I'm getting silly. Border or not to border? To border or not to border? Does it need a border? Sort of does. I think it just needs a scribbly border. let's do a scribbly border and call it done. It's actually, looking at the video, the orange is a lot brighter than the video is showing up. These come out nothing like I had envisaged in my head, but that often happens. But I'm happy with it, except for that one cloudy bit that looks a bit funny, but that's alright. I've had fun. I've hopefully entertained you for an hour. I am going to try to set up a regular time in my weekly schedule. Yeah, good luck trying to do that. To do a live art journal page or a card or a project each week between events. I'm just going to sit that there for a second. If I set a regular time, then I will be more likely to come on and do it. I was not going to set a regular time and just sort of work it into my schedule, but that hasn't been working because I missed a few weeks. So I'm thinking if I actually write it in my diary. Oh, no filming tonight. Next door is rocking out. Oh, that's no good, Tabitha. That's no good at all. I can hear we've got visitors next door, because apparently that's a party house, and sometimes they get a bit loud. But I think I'm far enough away from them that I don't hear them, because they're sort of in the backyard, at the back of the house, and I'm at the front of the house, right near the front of the house. So I don't tend to hear them. You sort of maybe hear them go home when they're stumbling drunk and trying to get into their cars, which is fun. Oh, I think I like that. Bit of a depressing page, but that's okay. Sometimes that's what comes out. I think I'm happy with that, except for that cloud that's bugging me, but I'm going to get over it because I've got work to do. But I do like the shininess on the page, so I do like the glazes. I'm going to leave it there, and I've got to go film this video for tomorrow. I love leaving things to the last minute. And I will be back on tomorrow at 12 o'clock doing something. Some sort of demo with some sort of my product. Might be a card tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a card, even though I don't like doing cards. Maybe I'll do a scrapbook page. It'll be a scrapbook page or a card. And then 7 o'clock tomorrow night we'll have our next live sale. That will be loads of fun. And that's Saturday. And then Sunday, these 4-day shows. I'm over it after 3 days. And then Sunday I'm live at 12 o'clock doing something as well. And if I prepared stuff earlier, I could tell you what it is. But you'll just have to join me at 12 o'clock and see if you like what I'm doing. And then I will finish the round out the event at 7 o'clock on Sunday night with probably another art journal page, because that will be a nice easy one. I might do the hard one at 12 o'clock that I have to think about. And just come on at 7 o'clock Sunday night and make a mess like I did tonight. Thank you very much for watching. I will pop a photo of this up on my Facebook page with some closer photos, some close-ups, but I'm quite happy with the page. Very different. I find my style is very different. I look at other, you'll be working, boo. Oh, sorry Tabitha, you can always watch me on replay. I find I look at certain artists and they have a style, like you can look at, like Art by Marlene, she has a certain style and a certain, you can sort of say, oh yeah, that's an Art by Marlene page, or that's a Delusions page by Diane Reevely. But I tend to do just about everything and anything, and sometimes a lot of mixed things. I'm going to leave it there. Bye Tabitha. Bye Tabitha's daughter, if you're still listening. Hope you're behaving. And I will catch you all at 12 o'clock tomorrow. That will zip around very, very quickly. Bye for now. Thank you for joining us.